Oh my god, look at this mess. He's a pig. He lives like a pig. Well, see, the rest of the room is actually kind of nice. Okay, but anyway, real impromptu video, guys. I just wanted to make this, to kind of put a face on this, because it's easy to get, for emotions to get high and things to get sort of misconstrued and all that stuff when you're typing away on the message board or on MSN or whatever it is. And excuse me for my appearance. I woke up about an hour and a half ago, and all I've been doing is talking online. Okay. I may have slightly, and this is, you know, take it for what it's worth, but I may have slightly overreacted a little bit with the fines and all this stuff, but the point, the purpose of it was to get people's attention to it. I was just talking with a GM, and they made the, they sort of made the observation that, you know, it would have been nice if, hey, we would have had a, you know, somewhat of a warning that this was coming up. Basically, when I saw all of these unknown players being used, you know, it kind of spurned something in me, because, you know, I know that there are teams that are doing everything that they're supposed to be doing, and they're doing it by the book, and you always have to find that balance as a commissioner of people that are doing things. You know, you have to find that right balance between people that are putting forth, you know, a lot of effort, and there are some people that can't. You know, and I realize that there's some people that are too busy, and they're doing what they can to you know, to have fun and make it as successful for their teams as possible. So I have to try to find that balance, and it's not always an easy balance, because I'd like to try to think that I hold the people to this league to a higher standard, and I don't want it to get to a point where people are kind of mailing it in, and this is something we check every other, you know, every couple of days or whatever. I want to try to create an experience, and in doing that, you know, I may have slightly overreacted to some of the things that were on that activity report. But the point that I was trying to make was that, simply put, the thing that I was trying to get across was that it's a vital thing. You know, it's not fair for teams to play teams that have unknown players, because A, they may re-rate up a little faster because they're playing a bunch of, you know, unknown players. Although I've looked at all of the results really haven't been that misconstrued, or haven't been really that abhorrent when you play teams with unknown players. And you know, there are some teams that have had some difficulty with clients and stuff like that. The thing is that there are resources in the league, on the site, that can help you deal with that. There's GMs that are online that can help you deal with that, and even I can help you deal with that. But I have to be made aware, and the thing I have to be made aware of is that people have to tell me, okay, look, I'm having problems. I've had a few unknown players on my roster. But the reason I'm making this video, as opposed to another post or something like that, is I want to try to put a face on this. I'm trying, you know, as best that I can, you know, to build this league and to make it as fun as possible and make it enjoyable for everybody. And like I said, in doing so, I may have, you know, done a little bit, maybe gone a little bit too far. But, you know, regardless of whether I think I went too far or not, it's done. We're not going to, I was just talking to another GM, we may at some point revisit it and say, okay, you know, since then teams have done very well in avoiding this. They've dealt with the problem. Maybe we'll reimburse some of the fines. Some of them. In some instances, again, I don't think $250K was really all that. You know, if you had one or two infractions, it wasn't a big hit. Some of the teams that had the most financial problems were the ones that had multiple instances of unknown players, and some teams had their entire game, all of their games. Some teams had 4 or 5 unknown players in every game. So what I should have done was singled those people out, as opposed to lumping them in with everybody else. But like I said, what's done is done. I'm not going to start, you know, going back in the past and reversing decisions that I've made, because then that opens up a whole can of worms. The thing has been done, but what we will do moving forward is I will try to be more proactive in letting people know what's coming up. Even though I still think that I have been, by making sure that people check the rule book and making sure people are aware of what needs to be done. But I can try to be more proactive. That's not a problem. What I would like to see from a lot of you guys, though, excuse me, particularly some of those that had a problem with this, or that had a lot of instances of unknown players. What I would like to see from you guys too is that, simply put, if you have a problem, if you're having an issue with being, times just, there's not enough time to do things correctly, or whatever it is, just tell me. Send me an email, send me an instant message, say, hey, look, I'm struggling a little bit with this. I got a lot of things going on. You don't have to get specific. You don't have to tell me, exactly what's going on. Just let me know that you have an issue, and I'll be more than willing to work with you. Okay, the thing that got me about some of this other stuff was that a lot of teams, not a lot, but there were a couple that were very obvious they were just not doing what they were supposed to be doing. And I understand that this is for fun, and that I understand that, some people may not take it as seriously as others, and as much as I would like to try, as much as I would like to have 30 GMs in this league that are, all about it 24/7, I realize that's, it's going to be pretty hard to do. So I will, in the future, try to be a little bit more proactive in warning people about some certain things. But what I would like to try to avoid is, again, what the situation we had in the PFHL when the rule book got ridiculously huge and we had to have, decisions based on every little thing. And so basically, to summarize it all, I will do a little bit more that I will try my best to make people more aware of some things, maybe be a little bit more relaxed on some things that I do. But at the same time, I don't want it to get to the point where we're not trying to be the best. We need to strive to be the best, or else really what's the point? I don't want it to be some other random sim league. So I hope everybody gets sort of the idea of what I wanted to get from this. I hope everybody sort of takes a step back and kind of, just says, okay, it's done. Let's move on. And in the future, we will all work as hard as we can to make sure that we're doing what we can. We're making the league as enjoyable as possible. And that's really at the cusp of everything. We got to try to make it as fun as possible, because if we're not having fun, then what's the point, right? Okay. End of speech. Let's move on. I'm going to post this up. Got games tonight, games tomorrow. We got games going. We don't even have a rest day for that. I don't even think the rest of the month. I don't know. It's on the message board. It's on the main site. Check it out. Okay, that's all I got. Thank you guys. Again, I would like to say, finally, you guys are the reason why the league is the way it is. It has little to do with me. I put a lot of work into it, but you guys make that work enjoyable. And if I don't say it enough, I'm sorry. I apologize. But you guys are the reason why I keep doing this, and I will keep doing this. I have no reason, no inclination to stop doing this. So keep it up. We'll see you on MSN. We'll see you on the message boards. We'll see you around the pike. Thank you.